Let's do this. Let's write some damn words. Damn it. Watch the language. Kids are watching. Actually, right now, nobody's watching. There is Mr. Frank. Ladies, gentlemen, start your engines. Hope you had a good weekend, Frank. I hope you had an excellent weekend. Why are you still watching that? There's a million other Twitch channels to watch. A million. It makes no sense. I'm at like 2 or 3 different things today. Probably not going to get much of any of them done. Tis what it is. Tis. Tis. What open Twitch it makes me watch her if she's already streaming. Oh yeah, let's blame it on Twitch. Instead of blaming it on the rain. That's what I blame everything on. It's just like a car wreck from there. Can't look away. You know? Yeah, I get it. I get it. That's why I try to stay away. It pops up every morning when that person is on, and I'm always like, nope. Nope. Don't. Nope. Nope. I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to watch the dudes who walk on the beach and record all the big asses in Rio. That's what I'm going to watch every morning. And then while I'm doing it, what am I singing in my head? Blame it on the rain. Mm. I gotta get roped into those streams. Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah, like Mr. Roper. That guy. I'm in a good mood today. I'm going to tell you why, Frank. I'm in a good mood. And anybody else listening. Tonight, for dinner, my wife and I are going to Big Al's. Finally, Big Al's for some cheesesteaks. Cheesesteaks! Everybody's like, oh, it's a great cheesesteak, but it's like $20. I'm like, how much do you think a cheesesteak is in the real world? It's like 19 inches long. So he's like, oh, the Pats and Geno's are better. Yeah, 1,000 miles away. Yeah, I'm going to get in the car and drive 1,000 miles for a cheesesteak that I've had a bunch of times. And you know what? They were all right. A couple other cheesesteak places in Philly that are better. I said it. I'm a big fan of that one in Williamsburg, Virginia. That's a good one. Pats and Geno's are not better, just more... Exactly. Pats and Genoa. And the... I'll tell you what, there's a place down in... why can't I think of the place now? Where my buddy George Martin lives. I want to say Seaside. It's not Seaside Heights. It's the other one with the pier and stuff. Rick's. Yep, Rick's is Williamsburg. What's the other boardwalk? Not Wildwood. Point Pleasant. I don't know why I couldn't think of Point Pleasant. Thank you. Point Pleasant, not on the boardwalk, but nearby, there's a great little sub place, and they had an excellent cheesesteak years ago when we went. So I was like, that might be my second favorite cheesesteak after Rick's. And we've had like 6 or 7 cheesesteaks in Philly over the many trips there. So, what is it, Tony Luke's? That's the name of that's a better one than Pat's or Geno's or Genoa's. But we're gonna find out tonight. We're going to find out tonight when we go to Big Al's. My wife has her Thanksgiving Day party. I guess it's not Thanksgiving Day. Pre-Thanksgiving party today at work with the 2 girls who work for her and a couple of the maintenance guys that used to work for them. And maybe 1 or 2 of the husbands. Like, yeah, I don't work for you, and I'm not going to your party. I'm going to hang out with Frank Edler on freaking Twitch for an hour. Thank you very, very much. But she made ham and mashed potatoes, carrots, and her mac and cheese. And she's like, do you want some of this before I pack it all up? I'm like, yeah. That's my lunch today. Big Gay Al's Big Gay Cheesesteak. You know what? If it's delicious, it's delicious. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care if you called it Big Forensic Al's Big Forensic Cheesesteak. I'm still eating the damn thing. So I had some food. She left me a lot of mac and cheese, and I'm like, I don't want to eat all this mac and cheese because I want a Big Al's cheesesteak. You know, she gets off at 5, so by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, we're at Big Al's. We didn't get a chance to get your take on Empire Skate. Well, if you had been on Friday, you would have gotten it. Right? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Empire Skate. I had never heard of most of that stuff. You know? Yeah, Nick's in. Right, Nick's in? Nick heard it all. I liked it. I would have never in a million years have gone to the skate shop. Would have never hung out with any of those kids. They all seemed really scary. They would have all beat me up and taken my lunch money. I heard of Supreme. I had no idea it was exactly. I've seen the first time they showed. I'm like, oh, I know that brand, but I don't know where I know it from. And then when you got into all that, I was like, oh, okay. Though there was some interesting stories. I had no idea that one kid had become an actor and gone to Hollywood, obviously, and one of the Friday movies. Then he killed himself. Oh, spoiler alert! Look in here. Cat's always chewing her toenails. I think that's kind of weird. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good documentary. I learned a lot. A good underdog kind of story. Exactly. The way they ran that store, you would have about 112 lawsuits if you did that today. I like the part where the kid was skateboarding, though. That was probably my favorite part. All right, so let's go. Let's go back over here. Come on, work with me, people. Oh, that's the wrong one. I went all the way there, and it was the wrong book. I'm waiting for Tom Duffy to write. It's like waiting for a Siamese cat to write. You know what I'm saying? I like when that one dude did a kickflip. Yeah, exactly. That was the best. That was the best part. I like when he came down. The kid came down on the rail. Also a good part. Nope. I was hoping they'd talk about grip tape more. Yeah. Maybe they'll do a second one. Maybe they didn't. We're like, you know what? Let's save this for Empire Skate 2 grip tape. Classic. I liked it. I was flipping around and I saw. I don't get HBO, but on cable, you see the guide, and I saw that A-Rod thing, and I laughed, and I'm like, I wouldn't watch that. I was watching TikTok or Reels or whatever, and I just put it on. I had the football game on last night. Not that I was really watching it, but I was waiting for my wife to get home from her mom's. And so I started watching just short videos, and they had the one where A Rod was on. Who knows, Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon or somebody, Top Jimmy, talking about when he was playing in Texas, and Pat Mahomes played ball with him, and then a young Patrick Mahomes was there hitting the ball, and he was either going to go play football or play baseball, and A-Rod gave him great advice, said, baseball's where the money is. Don't worry about football. And he's like, I'm glad he never took my advice. And I'm thinking, who the hell would take your advice? Piece of garbage. I misheard and thought you said Rip Taylor, not grip tape. It's almost the same thing. I mean, who invented grip tape? Rip Taylor. You finished season with of Peacemaker. Continues to be better than you think it is. And that's on you, my friend. That's on you. Not interested. We got a bunch of stuff we gotta watch. We watched a couple episodes of things like last week, but I guess we're not going to get to it tonight because we're going to Big Al's Cheesesteak. And then my wife goes to her mother's all day tomorrow. Almost next page, Mr. Frank. So damn close, Mr. Frank. So close you can taste it. There's no way I was going to let Buck just waltz in and do it correctly. Yeah, Buck. Fuck is Buck? Who the hell is Buck? Buck's in? Buck Zumhoff? Wasn't that a wrestler? Yeah, I just want to get to this. I just want to get to the next page on this. Then I'll be happy. Look at you, Nick. Next page, Nick. I didn't even type a letter on the next list. I don't even know what I'm saying. Frank says, thus weekend. I like when he speaks like he's a Roman country counselor. Thus weekend. I had to split my time between being a dad, a son, a daughter, a trash compactor, the third line for the 1982 Milk Dolphins, a broken down car radiator, and world champion goldfish cracker flavor inventorer. You had a busy weekend. I caught up on Expedition and now I know all the secrets of the pyramids. But do you? Because we're as usual, we're once again left with, what's that secret tunnel? What's up there? Good episode, though. Good episode. Yeah, it's Span Ripsk. That was good. That was a couple of good episodes there. Have you been watching the Expedition Files? Because it's a new season of that as well. Let's catch up on Food That Built America. Yeah, second episode was meh. What was the second episode one? Food That Built America, a few good ones. Yeah, I watched those a while ago. They haven't had a new one in a long time. I am watching new season of Curse of Oak Island though. They found a gold coin. Probably the highlight of the whole thing. Selling Witch Trials Rasputin. Yeah, that was like, eh. I hate when I'm watching. So I watched that. I watched the Danny Trejo one. I watched the Lawrence Fishburne one. I watched the William Shatner one. I watched the David Duchovny one. I'll watch the Proof Is Out There one. I watch all these, and now they're starting to repeat stories. Like the Salem Witch Trials, when I'm like, they just did this on another one. I'm like, it's the wheat. And I guess they're saying it was not the wheat. My wife's like, you're wrong, and I'm like, they're wrong. The wheat is what drove these girls nuts. There's Dr. Pepper and Heinz root beer. I like root beer. I'm a fan of root beer. Dr. Pepper, I just don't like that aftertaste of it. I don't like the aftershock. If it's a show about something they're sure to never find, you'll be all over it. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. And like the Proof Is Out There, but I love watching that because there's this one douchebag. Anytime Bigfoot comes up, he believes it. Oh, look, this is a video of a Bigfoot walking with a baby Bigfoot. Well, people forget that, they have babies. And yeah, this is proof to me, blah, blah, blah. And then the Meldrum guy, who is like the authority on Bigfoot, is like, yeah, this is a guy in a suit. And the baby is not even moving, and that means it's a doll. And it happens every single time they bring up a Bigfoot thing. That one guy is like, no, this is definitive proof now. Now we know there's a Bigfoot. No, we don't. What we do know is you want to believe so bad that you're going to do crap like that. I want to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe. I'm several subscribers now on Twitch, and also keep subscribing on YouTube. I nearly doubled my followers in the last 10 days, 9 days or so. So I'm doing really, really well with that. I appreciate everybody following and watching these afterwards. I'm trying to post a writing video like every Sunday, I guess would be the goal to do that. So a couple of them are up now. Every week I will be doing. I need more ideas for doing it. Also, the Def Leppard hysteria. You gotta say it like they do. Hysteria of Guitar Meets Science. I haven't watched the Guitar Meets Science in a while. I've been watching the guy walking around on the beach in Rio, looking at girls again. They'd gotten rid of almost all of them, and now a bunch of them are back. You need better thumbnails for your YouTube videos. I know. I 100% know that. What I need to do is create thumbnails for the videos. Oh, I know. I watched so many videos on what to do, what not to do, and blah blah blah. And that is definitely a part of it. The problem is that I'm just not all that tech savvy to do any of that. So like they give you 3 options, and I pick the best of the 3. So you can see that the other 2 are really bad. I don't want to. I want it to be me, but I'm thinking. I'm thinking of just. I don't know, to do something. Learn Canva on. Yeah. I mean, I have Canva, but it just seems like a lot of work to do like thousands of videos, and I know it's probably gonna bite me in the ass at some point. But I'm just not. I don't know. I didn't know Pyromania sold 10 million copies. Yeah, were you were there in junior high when it was selling 10 million copies? No. I was when every chicken in health class loved Photograph. That was the greatest song ever. Now, I appreciate the help. I understand it. I just don't understand how to do it and how to get there. I think that's going to be my problem, being an old man doing this type of playing a young man's game. I literally just look at the 3 options and go like, yeah, that's the best one. Everyone was wearing Union Jack boxers back then. It was an incredible time. I had a Union Jack bandana that I used to wrap on my wrist because that was fucking cool. I mean, that was cool back then, and probably still. I don't think I ever had Union Jack boxers. I did have I had 2 shirts that I'm glad there's no pictures of. I had a very tight t-shirt, the Union Jack t-shirt with sleeveless, like those guys wore. I wore it to school a bunch of times in junior high. So I was like when did that album come out? I was like 12, 13. So I wore the sleeveless Union Jack shirt. And I also had a sleeveless, it was like this, probably like the same brand, a sleeveless Japanese Rising Sun shirt. So it was white with the giant red sun and then the rays shooting all off, pointing at my junk and stuff. I tied a bandana around my neck and ate lots of fish and chips. You were completely getting into the spirit of Def Leppard. I mean, way more than I was. Yeah, at one point I had like 40,000 bandanas all around my room. Some of them were like I gotta buy like 4 red ones. Oh, very 81 with the Japanese flag shirt, right? That was a pretty cool. That shirt and the Union Jack shirt I bought. Actually, probably my mom bought me. It's one of those things now. I'm like, whatever happened to that? What happened to that shirt? You know? Like, I don't remember like throwing that shirt out. Lock and Lowell, exactly. Do you ever watch the guy who does he sings songs in a Japanese Chinese accent, but he's Chinese, but he's American. He has just a normal accent, but he sings he sings to his wife all these songs. Anyway, I watched a bunch of his videos too. I'm trying to think of what other cool shirts I mean, I had a ton. Oh, excuse me. No, well, you should watch them. More than that other lady you're watching on Twitch. I had a lot of the concert shirts, black concert shirts with the white short sleeves. I mean, we all had those. That was the only thing you could buy at the store. Wasserman's in the Junction, right across the street from Belford Brewing Company, where it used to be. Where the Dunkin' is now. It used to be Wasserman's. Highlights of Hypercolor and OB shirts. Man, I remember those. I never had tons of those. I had, what was the one at the boardwalk? One year we went down there to the boardwalk, me and my family, and I was like, Big Peckers, remember them? I want this Big Peckers shirt. And my mom was like, absolutely not. My dad was like, buy him a couple of Big Peckers shirts. Because he doesn't have a Big Pecker, you might as well have the shirt. I remember that's what my dad said. So I had a couple of those as well. I used to wear a lot of white shirts for some reason growing up. I guess because that's what my parents bought me. Once I started with concert shirts, though, like in 83, 84, the Innuendo job shirts, yeah. Oh, yeah, they always had all those, too. Or they just get those random shirts for, like, Christmas or something. It was just like... Wild Forest Lake, and it would have a picture of a boat on it, and it would be like, Jimmy, Indiana, or some made up weird place. Menudo shirts, yeah. Yeah, Yum is right. Just funny that some of the random, like now you can pretty much right now you can go, you know what, I'm going to buy a shirt that says this, and somewhere online is that shirt. I don't know how many times I look at my feed on Facebook, not as much, and I would see Rosamilia hat, Rosamilia shirt, all those, and I'm like, oh, stop trying to sell me stuff. Big Rod's yeah, exactly, like those were always great. I remember the two shirts I used to wear all the time back then were my Aussie Diary of a Madman, which was just the cover of Diary of a Madman. Just the front, there's nothing on the back, white sleeves. And the other one was Van Halen Women and Children First cover. For some reason, those two shirts I wore a lot. We got crabs to catch the big ones, exactly. I'm going to tell you which shirt I never got, because I never sought out in the wild. I never went to a store to buy it. Was a Billy Squier shirt. I would 100% bought a Billy Squier shirt. If anybody, it's my birthday on Friday. If anybody wants to buy me a Billy Squier shirt, it's a 4X. I prefer it with the white short sleeves, but whatever you can get me. I'm sure that somewhere out there there's Billy Squier shirts. Yeah, I won't be on Friday. It's my birthday. So we are, the wife took off from work, and we were going to be doing stuff. So there you go. I wore a Faster Pussycat shirt that said, "It ain't pretty being sleazy." I think I told this story, I had the Twisted Sister. It was a Twisted Sister black, but it had long sleeve blue. And the side said, "Play it loud, mother." M-U-T-H-A. And I used to say, "Play it loud, Mutha." I don't know why. That was a good one. I also had the Metallica Ride the Lightning one in high school that was glow in the dark. So that was a good one. I never wore it anywhere that it was dark and it glowed, though. I don't believe. Yeah, the old baseball 3/4 length sleeve shirts. Oh yeah, those were Jackson Red Bank had tons of those. Bands I never even heard of, or bands. You're not going to remember the band Razor from Canada. Evil Invaders was the song. Nick looked that song up. It's phenomenal. Evil Invaders. They were very, very heavy. And they had like one video on MTV, like on Headbangers Ball, I saw like twice. And so I was in Jack's and they had a Razor shirt. So I bought it. And I wore the shit out of that thing. Very early to mid 80s, except Razor doesn't remember the band. Yeah, pretty much. Those guys are like, I was never in that band. I never had an Accept shirt. That would have been a good shirt, too, to have. Like now I have a couple of Bathory, I have a Celtic Frost, I have Whitesnake, I have all kinds of different concert shirts that but not like the stuff that I used to. I'm not going to go buy a Fair Warning or Women and Children First Van Halen shirt. No, sorry, Bob. I mean, I got Overkill. I had Overkill before, but not that specific one. You get those at Walmart. Yeah, I know exactly. I remember growing up back in the day, like, Jack's would have them, but they were never tour ones. They never had dates on the back. It was just blank back shirts that you would buy to go to the concert so that you could spend like $25 on a concert shirt, which was ridiculous. They're probably like $10,000 now. Because then you can get the date, so then you can go. I remember being in junior high, like in 7th grade, and the 9th graders came in, and they all had Rush or Aerosmith concert shirts with the dates on the back. And then people would look at the back and they would be like, "Good evening. Where are you, Shifting Two Wolf? It's 1:31 in the afternoon where I am." We're just talking about old concerts. I'm supposed to be writing. And they would all walk. You would walk down the hall with them in front of them, and you'd be like, "Oh, look! They played last night. This guy got this shirt last night. Look, they played East Rutherford, New Jersey last night." I'm from Belgium. I love your waffle game out there. Love it. Just pay $5 for the shirt the kid from Newark has shoved down his pants. L in the front. L. Yeah, exactly. Good evening, all. You do have some Daisy Waffles. A couple of first-time chatters in. Very good. Bo Gope. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I know you followed me a couple hours ago, and I followed you back. In my thing, though, I'm going to be honest with you. I hope I don't offend you, person from Belgium. Here's my breakfast. French toast is the top. Bogop, are you from France? Top, then pancakes, then waffles. My wife is the complete opposite. She would rather have waffles. That's why we go to Waffle House quite a bit. Nothing much of sleepy, relaxing after a hard day at work. Yeah. Nice. See, I agree. All right, there you go. I just watched something about Belgium. Like, the show Mysteries from Above. You guys have some like weird rock formations or something out there. I approve all waffle talk moving forward. Excellent. I'm not saying I don't eat waffles. I'm just saying. Oh, I did. Yes, I am Danish. Close to Belgium, there is a Northern European intervention. You know what I like to eat? A Danish. Speaking of waffles, do you still have pancake syrup? Come on, is that a real question? McDonald's hot cake syrup. There it is, babies. This will stay on my desk forever until Eventually, the plastic melts or something. At this point, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know how long this is good for. I guess it's good for a while, right? I made Monte Cristos last night. Uh, my wife's cousin was like, "Hey, we have this Texas toast bread. We're not going to eat it. Do you want it?" And she's like, "Yes." She brought it home, and I'm like, "Oh, Monte Cristo time!" So last night I made 4 Monte Cristos. For those who don't know, you make French toast with the big thick toast. Then you put a couple of slices of turkey, a couple of slices of ham, and a piece of Swiss cheese. You melt it on top, and then you pour maple syrup or any kind of syrup on top, and it's delicious. And I watched that. I watched TV while I ate that. Ironically, I had to make a ton of waffles today. I work in a bakery, and Monday is waffle day. Nothing bad about waffle day. What's tomorrow going to be? Do you have specific things for specific days? Last time I was in Daneland, I had a cheese blintz. I don't think I've had a cheese blintz in many, many years. Oh yeah, let's get someone from France in here so we can discuss their toast. Yeah, I mean, come on. We need all the people from overseas. I would like somebody from Norway in here to talk about an older gentleman to talk about church burnings from back in the day. Not that I'm a fan of it. I'm just saying it's something to discuss. Somebody from Ireland would be good too. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about we could talk about Irish food. What's a typical for either of you, not Frank? What is Belgium or uh, uh, Danish? What's a typical dinner? What's the big dinner? We have a porridge fad thing going on right now. If you plan to come back to see it, I'd wait a while. Bangers and mash. That's what happens in Sayreville. You guys eat a lot of bangers and mash. Your wife makes a lot of bangers and mash for you, Frank. I could see that. Oh man, I friggin' love porridge. I figured you would love porridge. Tomorrow is their closing day. Wednesday, I have to make a lot of the brain. Can't find anything with jam. Thursday's a lot of pies and cakes. Friday's a bit of everything, and Sunday is a lot of pastries. That does sound good. When I think of your country, I think of pastries. So that does make sense. Actually, when I think of anywhere in Europe or the Asian continent, for some reason, I think of pastries. Main dish meal, I'd say beef stew and French fries. What a country! Was that Yakov Smirnoff? Boiled potatoes, meatballs, and brown sauce with vegetables. That would be a typical Danish meal. I would definitely eat that. I'm a fan of potatoes, not mashed potatoes though. I don't like. It's a texture thing for me. I don't like anything that's creamy. Like my wife made mashed potatoes for her work Thanksgiving thing today, but she left me. She did not mash a bunch of potatoes. We need a Luxembourger in here. I love classic Luxembourgian fare. Oh my god, yeah, right? Oh my god, their Luxembourg sausages are to die for. Most Belgians love their taters. It's the usual combo of taters, veggies, and some kind of meat with or without gravy. Yeah, I could do all that. I don't think that's a bad thing. A lot of times I see stuff online, people are making, and it's just like that doesn't really look all that good. A lot of times too, like Ireland or England, I'm like, there can't be any flavor to that. Like when you watch those videos of dudes coming over, and they're like, we're gonna go to Whataburger, we're gonna eat at McDonald's in Ohio, and they're like, oh my god, why do your burgers have flavor and the McDonald's in London has no flavor? You know what they says? Eat gravy when you're in Europe. Yeah, that is the saying. I don't understand England. This is what I don't understand. You spent centuries gathering and fighting and killing people over spices. And yet, you people don't use any spices on anything. And I mean that as the English people, not as the Great Danes or the waffle people. I don't understand England is another saying. Whenever my wife says, you know what I don't like? I immediately say, the French. I don't know why. Just seems funny. The French. Man, when was the last time I had meatballs? They use the Union Jack to spice up their rock videos. Yeah, what's the music scene over there for you people? I don't know your ages. I don't know your male or female. I don't really know anything about you except for your random names. What's the music scene like out there? We're pretty spoiled. You know what they call Great Danes in Daneland? The dog. Right? Exactly. You know what they call Belgian waffles in Belgium? Just waffles. Lots of Volbeat. I mean, is Volbeat still a thing? When's the last time you heard anything from Volbeat? I forgot about them. I was a big fan of theirs for like 10 minutes. I was just like, I'm going to listen to every single Volbeat song. I want to remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe here on Twitch. And also, follow me on YouTube. Armand's Opinion on YouTube. I got a lot of videos on there. Go watch them. They came out with a new album last year, No Chuckle No. I don't know. Maybe they did. I don't remember. I know the dude that was in Anthrax, that was their producer and then was their guitar player. I know he's no longer in the band, right? Right? We're mostly known for our sweets like waffles, chocolates, and certain cookies. For savory dishes, usually beef stew, chicory wrapped in ham with a cheese sauce, or a cream-based soup of chicken and potatoes that is very thick. That's about what I can think of from the top of my head. See, I like soup, but it's got to be thick. It's got to be a thick, hearty soup. Chicory wrapped in ham with a cheese sauce. That sounds interesting. Are your chocolates is like that? Your chocolates aren't as sweet as our chocolate, I believe. It's still good, though. I'm always a fan of cookies. Do they have air fryers there? Excellent question, Nick. Excellent question. You guys have air fryers? They're not super sweet indeed. Yeah, I grew up on United States chocolate, which is very sweet. They have air fryers, Nick. Nice. Do love me a good air fryer. We have an air fryer, but it doesn't work. So sort of, you understand the concept of an air fryer. You just can't put it to practical use. When's the last time we got a raid, right? I wish somebody would jump in and raid us. Good times. Well, I hit the next page, so at least there's that. I just prefer using the oven over the air fryer. Easier to clean, in my opinion. See, I have these little... I don't think they're plastic, but I have these little baskets. And so I don't put it in the basket in the air fryer. And then when you just take it out, you take all of the cheese sticks or all of the wings or all of the whatever out of the little basket. And then you just throw the basket in the sink. And then eventually my wife puts it in the dishwasher and yells at me to just put it in the damn dishwasher. But there's like 10 of them in the house, so I can just fill that for days. It just takes up space in the kitchen then, yeah. My sister and my brother has an air fryer arms race going on, and so I felt compelled to buy one as well. But as I said, it turned out not to work. Yeah, my wife bought the air fryer, and I was like, I'm not using this. It's bad enough I'm using the friggin' microwave, the science oven. And she's like, but listen, you could make most of the stuff you like in half the time. So now I use it probably 5 out of 7 lunches a week. I want to try to air fry some breaded chicken in the air fryer. It ate half my chicken. Well, that's not good. I do chicken cutlets in there now, but I use panko instead of just normal breadcrumbs because they say the breadcrumbs can catch on fire or something. I don't know. They have parchment paper made for air fryers now. I just used a little basket. Then everything goes in the basket. You're done. You put 15 cheese sticks in there. They're done. I pull them out. I let it sit for 2 minutes. I scoop them all out, put them on a plate, and I take the little basket inside the basket, and I wash it. Easy peasy. Like I always see people like air fryer groups on Facebook and stuff, and they're always like, "Oh, this is the proper way to wash out your air fryer." And I'm like, "Or just put a freaking basket in it, and you don't ever have to wash out your air fryer." I mean, every now and then there's like stuff crumbs or something will get in there, and you got to clean it. But overall, with an air fryer, you can make the Jacksonville delicacy a bag of Totino's pizza rolls. Oh yeah, pizza rolls in that are amazing. I prefer my slow cooker over the air fryer. With the paper, no washing, just tossing. I'm going to just use the basket, Nick. Stop trying to ruin everything for me. Pizza rolls are really, really good in there. Listen, if you have time to use a slow cooker or the oven or whatever, I would prefer doing that. Yeah, I haven't had mushroom coffee in a couple of days. I have a challenge for you. Start vacuum packing your raw food and cook it in the dishwasher. There has to be some serious YouTube content on that. Oh, yeah. For my next meal, we're going to do broccoli. We're going to do a little bit of asparagus. We're going to do a side of chicken. Here's some carrots. And let me just set my dishwasher. I'm sure it'll be delicious. I probably would. I have several food intolerances, so I can't really eat pre-made food. So everything I make takes time anyways, so might as well do it properly. That is true. See, if you can't just go, you know what? I'm just gonna throw in 2 dozen pizza rolls here, and 8 minutes later they're done. Then you might as well do it. My wife never uses the air fryer, but she's only home like 4 nights a week, so she'll just cook a meal. It's absolutely doable. I have a friend who's a cook. He does it at home. I've never even thought about cooking anything in the dishwasher. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking that shit up right now. Can I cook food using the dishwasher? Obviously, people have. Yes, you can cook food in a dishwasher, which is similar to a low-temperature cooking method like sous vide. I don't know what that means. This method is best for foods cooked in waterproof, airtight containers like canning jars or vacuum-sealed bags to prevent contamination from dishwasher, water, and soap. While it can be energy efficient, it's important to be aware of potential food safety risks, as dishwashers don't always reach the necessary temperatures to kill bacteria, and detergent can contaminate food if seals aren't perfect. Then they give a video. Somebody is putting, it looks like a thing of salmon in there. Do not add detergent. That's interesting. I'm going to tell my wife that, and she's going to say absolutely not. In theory, you can, but if your food isn't properly sealed, it can take on soapy flavor. If you're not, this tastes like soap. You can wash and cook all those vegetables. Shelley won't eat them. That is true. Well, that's true. Sally will not eat vegetables anyway, so. Oh, honey, while you're making steaks for us for dinner, I'm gonna just go over here and cook some vegetables. She's like, what do you mean? Oh, in the dishwasher. No, please don't add detergent. Yeah. Well, I like how the thing says, but if they're not sealed, the detergent will get in. Well, why are you using detergent if you're cooking vegetables in a dishwasher? I'm gonna cook all the food for Thanksgiving in the dishwasher. Be like, what's going on? There's nothing on the stove. The oven isn't on. Nothing. What's that noise? Oh, that's the dishwasher running. The turkeys are almost done. When my wife gets home, I'm going to tell her this, and it's going to blow her mind. She said, "There's no way you can cook in the dishwasher." So you know what? We're not doing big house cheesesteak tonight. Food in the dishwasher. Depends on the machine. Some have a storage for liquid detergent that automatically uses the soap with these uses. Yeah, we have like a thing where you just put the little thing in and then it runs. But there might be, some soap left over maybe. That hasn't fully washed out. Who can say? I like to bring my food and put it on the roof of my car and then go through a car wash. And I'm like, man, this is the best salmon I have ever had. That is, you know what? I learned something. So I appreciate both of you coming on today. I really do. Speaking of which, I will be back Wednesday at this time. Now, tomorrow I will likely go on YouTube Live at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, join me over there. And please follow me over there. Look up Armand's Opinion. ARMAND. And watch a bunch of these videos and watch a bunch of other videos. I do interviews with thriller authors. I make food in the dishwasher. That's coming up. A lot of different videos. Ours has the little flap for the pod, but it also has a little storage for "Sorry, English ain't my native language." Entire glass soap. It gives all the glass dishes a nice sparkly sheen. Yeah, we have that too. Oh, there's actually a Wikipedia page for dishwasher salmon. That is great. I'm so totally gonna try that. Totally gonna try that. Video upcoming on that one. Definitely upcoming. All right, I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Even though I have not had mushroom coffee today, I feel like I have, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna run and hit the bathroom. Probably finish up this story. Sounds tastes dishwasher salmon with a side of trash crud lettuce. Exactly. It just seems like, I don't care how good that salmon is. It's like, you just put it in your dishwasher. It just seems weird. I wonder if cheesesteaks taste better dishwashed. That's something that hopefully I will be able to figure out. All right, everybody, thank you for hanging out today. It's actually a lot of fun. I got some writing in. I'll get some more writing in later. I'm going to be doing some cheesesteaks later on. So thank you. Please subscribe or resubscribe. And please follow me on YouTube. Thanks for the chat. Have a good day and take care of yourself. Hopefully you will be back on Wednesday. I will be on at this time. Friday I normally would be on, but it's my birthday, so I will not be on. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this time. So next we'll discuss the original Roman Cookbook. That sounds delicious as well. I'll talk to you later.